Alrighty, so this is my first video ever. I'm going to show you how to make a rhythm bass in Native Instruments Massive. It's pretty simple. Right now I'll just show you how I use it in a song here. I don't know how loud this will be, so I'll give a countdown and then play the song. 3, 2, 1. Alright, so the bass that we're going to be doing today is here. And if you want me to do any other tutorials on requested sounds, I'll try my best to recreate them. So yeah, here we go. This bass right here is what I was talking about. This bass is a little funny because the way I made it is it uses 2 LFOs within Massive to automate, well, a shit ton of stuff. Yeah, I kind of came across this just while messing around, so stick with me here. Alright, well, first, for starters, obviously, we have the first oscillator is just still a square saw 1, wavetable position all the way to the left, intensity all the way to the right, and don't worry about the what's the word I'm looking for? Modulation right now, within these LFOs here. I'll come back to that later. Pitch it down 12 semitones, or 1 octave. Next, you're going to have a crude, bend minus plus, pitched up 24 semitones, 2 octaves, wavetable position all the way to the right, intensity pointing at, I don't know, bottom of this box here. Amp all the way down. I didn't use the third oscillator. Oh yeah, and on the second oscillator, route the filter all the way up. And then I used the modulation oscillator, pitched up 12 semitones. Phase pointing about the R and ring mod. No feedback. I didn't use any white noise. Parabolic shaper, dry wet pointing at the T, drive pointing right into the other insert, about 0 degrees. Filters, make sure this is all the way on separation. Second filter is all the way up. First filter is like 3/4 of the way up. Mix 1, mix 2 right in the middle. First filter is a double notch. Cutoff about pointing at the 2. Resonance pointing at the D. Second filter is a band pass. Cutoff all the way up. Bandwidth pointing, well, yeah, right there you can see it, obviously. Amp controlled by, well, I'll get to that later. Reverb pointing at about the D and dry wet. Size pointing about the R and reverb. Density all the way up, color all the way up. Dimension expander, obviously to give it more width. Dry wet, well, you can see, obviously. Size all the way down. EQ, I don't even really mess with the EQ in this sound, apparently. So I suppose we should go to voicing. Voicing, unisono on 3, monophone, I think that's how you pronounce it. And pan position, a little more than mono, going towards full. And now for the LFOs, this is where it gets a little weird. For the 5th, set it to a performer over here. Ratio 1:8, X fade all the way up. Set it to this curve here, and then also drag this highlighted bar up here all the way down to 1. So it's just following this curve right here. Then we're going to route that to our cutoff in double notch, and make sure it goes up to about the U. We're also going to route it to the cutoff in the bandpass filter. We're going to set it all the way down to the F in cutoff. Oh, right here too. We set it to the phase in the modulation oscillator, going all the way up, and I think that's all it's routed to. So after routing the 5th performer, we go to the 6th performer, which is basically the same thing, except instead of using the only one, I think it's one bar on the performer, we use 2. We use this curve on the 1st, this curve on the 2nd, and whenever you're modulating the speed, make sure that the 6th LFO is twice the rate as the 1st LFO. So 6th LFO is twice the rate of the 5th LFO. X fade all the way up, amp all the way up, and then we're going to route this to our volume on the amp. We're going to route it to our bandwidth, going all the way up. Going to route it to the resonance, pointing to the N, and we're also going to route it to the amps in both of the oscillators. The reason why I route it to the amps is so it gives you a clean sound rather than, I don't know how to describe it. It gives you like a more of a cut-off, controlled sound rather than having like, I don't know, I'll show you. So this is it without the without it controlling the amps on the oscillators. And then if we control the amps on the oscillators, it just sounds a little bit cleaner. Yeah, I think that's about it as far as the sound. I just set some macro controls so I can pitch up, or pitch down and pitch up. Yeah, in the actual song, I modulate the 6th LFO's ratio. I also modulate the pitch over here later on. And yeah, that's pretty much all I need to know about making the bass. I'm not really sure if I've done really a whole heck of a lot of effect processing. This isn't technical, but I basically cut out all of the low end and boosted some of the high end, because I layered a sub underneath it to go along with the bass. And then the sub, what I did for the sub was, all I did was I took this first bass, duplicated it. It's an exact duplication of the first. I turned off all of the oscillators and the modulation, whatever, didn't need them. Switched the first to a sine triangle. I use triangle because I like how it sounds better than compared to sine. More harmonics. And then I took the 6th, and well, it's the same exact thing. So that way all the modulation is kept. So it follows the same exact like speed as your original bass does. And then I obviously EQ'd it just so it's bass, and I compressed it to give it some more beef, make it stand out more. I'm pretty sure that's all you need to know. Like I said, just send me requests in my ask box if you